My name is Nick O'Brien. I'm the director of the Garry Hebert documentary and the founder of the production company Sunset Point Films. From the first time I met Garry, I knew his larger-than-life personality, his demonstrated track record of success as a coach, and his remarkable talent as a player would make for a fascinating documentary like the one you just watched. However, the more I got to know Garry, and the more he told me about his personal life story, the more I realized this project was really just the tip of the iceberg. At its core, I think Garry's journey is one of overcoming great adversity and finding renewed purpose through faith and helping players become greater than they ever thought was possible themselves, both on the ice and off of it. I look forward to the opportunity to tell Garry's story in a longer form piece in the near future. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for watching.
Certain individuals come across our path in life, and inexplicably you feel like you sense that you are in the presence of greatness. You get the feeling that they are the type of person you only encounter a handful of times in your lifetime. You're about to hear about the life of a fascinating man. To know Garry is to love him. The man's life story is beyond remarkable. We finally convinced him that his story is a compelling human interest story that just must be told.
The level of sophistication, the teaching, the skill level, the psychological coaching, the encouragement, all of these things. I wish I had had Garry Hebert when I was a player.
I think what sets him apart from other coaches is his commitment to our personal development as well as our athletic development. For every hour we spend working on our hands, our speed, our shots, etc., we spend the same amount of time working on character development and our mindsets, just our outlook on the world. And I think this is often overlooked by many coaches.
I asked my son after the first couple of weeks of the hockey camp, what do you think about Garry? And my 14-year-old said, he's magic.
Garry Hebert, 1 in 100 million actually. Known Garry for over 20 years, never seen the guy miss a day of work. Always see him battle through injury, pain, post-surgery, pre-surgery, no matter what a doctor or his family tells him. Garry's always out there trying to better the youth.
One of the most extraordinary and heartfelt stories in the world of ice hockey and sports. Because of this unique individual's ability to overcome insurmountable odds time and time again. So sit back and allow yourself to be moved by an inspirational and beloved figure whose leadership, character, and faith has profoundly influenced thousands of student athletes of all ages, from youth to pros to Olympians.
Garry Hebert,
the man, the myth, the legend. His name is Garry Hebert, and there is no one like him. He is 1 in a million.
My dad was at Nova Arena in England, and he saw Garry doing some of his camps that he's doing now with you guys way back then. And I'm 36 now, so Garry's been doing this a long time. And I remember just being on the goal line with Garry as one of the younger kids in camp. And even by the time, and I did it for years and years and years. And my father, after the very first time I did it, he said, I've never seen you go from where you were and improve that much in just 1 week. And that was all because of what Garry did. It wasn't just the drills, it's how he demonstrated it. It was his passion for it and how we prayed before each session on the ice was something I had never seen before. What I took from what Garry did when I was younger and being at these camps is that there's always room to improve. God's given you guys great opportunity to just be on the ice today. so many kids that can't do that. So many kids that want to do that, and they can't for a number of different reasons. So take advantage of this. Like, this was something that really developed me as a player. It was hard a lot of times, but it made me better. And you come the next day, and I'm sure, I think this is your last day this week.
It is.
Probably
Yes,
all
Coach.
pretty tired. It's true, and you should be. You should be exhausted. You should pour it all out on the ice here, because that is what makes you better. And then when you go back to your teams in the fall, anytime you get on the ice, you remember these things that Garry taught you, because I still do them. I still do them in warm-ups. I still do them. I'm going to go skate at noontime. I'm going to still do them right when I get on the ice. These are things that make you better. And like I said before, if you're not the best player, you could be the worst player out here. There's so much room to improve. You do this stuff and you love the game, you can make it. You can make it as far as you want to go. It's true. We made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2014 with the New York Rangers. 82-game season, our highest point scorer had 60 points. Didn't have any superstars. That's what molded me. And I put it all together. It was like a microcosm here at Garry's program that we have. And I saw the rewards. You might not see it tomorrow. If you keep doing these things, one day you're going to make a play in a game. Your teammates are going to love it. And you're going to know it was all because of hard work. It was all because of what Garry taught you. It's important to realize that. You guys are lucky to be out here with Garry. He's still doing what he's doing. I've been watching him from up in those windows. That's what my gym is. He's the same guy he was when I was, which is incredible. Talk about a career. This guy has had an incredible one. And I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes and listening to me. I just wanted to share how much Garry's meant to me, and how important it is that you listen to this guy, because he knows his stuff. Thanks, guys.
What do you say for Coach Boyle?
Here's some real insight. Garry, he is the most genuine man I have been blessed to meet. Honestly, he truly is full-heartedly himself in everything he does.
I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Garry. So he definitely pushed me just by me watching him and what he was able to do.
The style.
Let's just talk about that for a few moments. I mean, the no tape on the stick, the jackets.
Oh, the jackets. The jackets. He's got a red one. He's got a blue one.
The gloves.
The gloves.
Those were sick.
Love the gloves.
Those were nasty.
Sick and nasty.
Garry's a legend. He's straight up. He's a legend. He's a special man.
His epic speeches could turn the tide of a game just like that. It truly felt like I was in the presence of greatness, listening to Garry Hebert in the locker room.
And my mission that the Lord has given me, Jim, is I've been blessed by God to be a blessing to others. BTB, you're blessed to bless.
My name is Garry Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge, for the Breakthrough Performance Center of North America. Here at Garry Hebert's World Academy of Hockey, we work an awful lot on building what I call the complete player. It doesn't get much more fun than skating and hanging, tilting, and severely angulating on your blades. Ice skating, smooth, fluid, graceful, yet explosive, with centrifugal force, repositioning your body parts and your extremities harmonistically so that you get more speed for less effort, more efficiency of your stride and of your turning speed. Not just dead-ahead point A to point B speed, which is important. We do a lot with toe snappage and recoil and thrust factor and efficiency of stride, but equally as important, we do a lot with that east-west lateral explosiveness, that unpredictability and that elusiveness. Learning how to skate better, quicker, faster, more explosively, more unpredictably and elusively. And then we integrate the top half of the body so you skate as well with the puck as you do without the puck.
Garry Hebert has been described as a force of nature, a dynamic powerhouse of positivity, the horse whisperer for student athletes, an unbelievable motivator and communicator, an impressive conduit for future success, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because of the way he moves on the ice, one magazine even described him as the hockey ninja guy. Garry was a hockey phenom from his youth. Few people can say at any time in their life that they were considered to be one of the best in the world at anything, but that's exactly the title Garry was singled out for from the age of 16.
His background, I don't know if everybody knows it, but as a youth player, Garry was one of the leading scorers in the country. The Montreal Canadiens had viewed Garry as the best skating athlete in the United States that they had ever seen.
This moniker was earned in dramatic fashion due to exceptional athletic prowess, work ethic, passion, and dedication.
I grew up in the Boston area, fellow alum with the legend Garry Hebert at their academy, and the passion and the love that he has for the game, it's so infectious. And when you're on the ice with him, it makes you want to be a better player. So Garry has done an unbelievable job, and over the 30 years that he's been doing it, that passion and that love has not changed, which is an amazing thing.
One glance at Garry's scouting profile reveals a superlative lifetime of incomparable achievement. The enormity of his lifetime body of work is beyond impressive, as is the lifetime win percentage of .624. A quick glance at Garry's mind-blowing list of achievements leads some to just run out of superlatives. Very few can say they have been a state champion, a leading scorer in the country at the youth level, the junior level, and the high school level, or that they have coached multiple state champions in all these levels, often in very dramatic fashion. But Garry is one of those very few. He even turned one junior program around in 1 year and took them from dead last to the Nationals. His versatile background and giftedness are unsurpassed, as is his ability to bring out the best in all those he touches. Additionally, few can say that they have also coached an NCAA college team to a championship, or been named a first-team hockey All-American, or been a high school Hall of Famer, or have been the founder of the prestigious Hockey Humanitarian Award, as featured on ESPN.
This organization recognizes college hockey's finest citizen, so a man or a woman, Division I or Division III, for doing all the terrific work off the ice in the communities. And the communities defined as local community, national community, and in many cases, global community. We met through a mutual friend, and that was when I discovered that Garry was in fact an early visionary and one of the founders of the Hockey Humanitarian Award.
Having at one time been given the moniker as the best pure skater in the world, Garry found himself in some elite company as he was considered a future top NHL draft pick and Olympic prospect. His skating style was most compared to NHL Hall of Famer Paul Coffey due to a magnificent level of fluidity and grace. As you will hear in this video, the former director of player development for the Boston Bruins has likened Garry's power and quickness on the blades to that of Bruins captain and legend, a Hall of Famer, Ray Bourque. Certain NHL GMs have complimented Garry's lightning-quick hands as being like those of Ovechkin, McDavid, and Bedard. Sports writers have also stated that Garry's pure speed, lateral explosiveness, elusiveness, and hockey intuition have also resembled the similar skill sets of local legends and NHL All-Stars, Bobby Sheen and Robbie Fatorik. One of the greatest compliments a leader can ever receive is the respect and admiration that comes from one's peers.
As an athletic trainer, I recognize the importance of skill development.
and there's nobody better than Garry Hebert. The unique aspect of Garry is his ability to teach both on and off the ice. Garry has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Garry are incredible.
Or better yet, when one receives a compliment from his hero. To this day, Garry considers himself so grateful, fortunate, and blessed that for years he has been receiving feedback from clients who say that Bobby Orr highly recommended Garry to them for his coaching and power skating development. Garry Hebert has been a championship player, a scout, coach, motivator, speaker, singer, and more. The incomparable talent and indomitable spirit that resides within Garry is beyond impressive, especially when you consider the nearly insurmountable odds that he had to overcome. As you will soon see, the degree of Garry's fortitude and courage is uncommon and often spectacular. Rarer still is his ability to consistently overcome tremendous obstacles, one setback after another. Built onto these remarkable achievements, Garry has been named a top NHL power skating and skill development coach, consultant, scout, and advisor. Reputations are earned, and surely this extraordinary human being has earned his astonishing reputation over time. Needless to say, a resume of this caliber puts Garry in some very rarefied air. Just listen to what some of hockey's foremost authorities and experts have to say about Garry. I have seen no equal. Garry's impact is unmistakable, unmatched, and unforgettable. He is quite simply like nothing else, says Mike Gilligan, Associate Head Coach of the U.S. Women's Olympic Team, NCAA Final Four Head Coach for the University of Vermont Catamounts.
And when you see a coach, even at 60 years old, executing with the amount of energy and passion that Garry has, is like legendary status to me. He is just so unique, and you can try to articulate what Garry does, but until you go to one of his sessions and see what he does and how he does it, you just really can't understand.
Extremely impressive. Garry's in a class by himself. There's a reason why he is considered the best by the best, said Jack Parker, Hall of Fame coach and three-time NCAA national champion coach of the Boston University Terriers.
Garry, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Garry brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. He gave me hands, confidence, skating ability, and every other tool I needed to get to the next level. I owe it all to Garry, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
One of the best skaters on planet Earth, Garry is so smooth, fluid, and graceful, yet explosive and quick. He exhibits a striking command of seamless edgework, which makes him an artist in motion. His hands and feet are practically magical, says Tim Taylor, head coach of the U.S. Men's Olympic Team and a Hall of Fame head coach for Yale University.
For me at that point in my career, he really helped with my skating, my deception as a player, and I think overall just my confidence. I think coming to the rink every day to work with him, he was there with a smile on his face, ready to attack whatever we were going to work on, and constantly reminded me why I am where I am and what I'm working on and what I'm working towards. And I think for where I was as a player then, it certainly had a big impact on me.
It's safe to say I would have never been able to achieve all this success if it wasn't for Garry Hebert. I worked with him from a very young age. I can, remember going to practice at 6 a.m., not wanting to get out of bed, but knowing that once I got there, it was all going to be worth it. The enthusiasm that Garry brought every single morning was second to none, and I knew that he was going to give his all, and if I gave my all, it was going to be a successful morning. And I think Garry is probably the best skating coach in America. He was always helping me improve my edge work. I was able to use my tight turns and my agility to escape forecheckers, and I think that's what ultimately helped me have some success in the NHL and has gotten me to where I am today. So without all that hard work in those early mornings, I don't think I would ever be where I am today and would have done the things that I've been able to do.
Gary's amazing power skating, superlative stick handling, and precision shooting, scoring techniques make even the pros realize that there's room for improvement. No one accelerates the improvement process better. A player's confidence just blossoms. There's no one like him. Just watch and listen and you'll know, says Steve Lyons, head pro scout, Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche, and Anaheim Ducks.
Garry Hebert has been around for a long time. I've seen plenty of his brochures, read through it, Peak Performance Beyond Compare, but I had to go see it for myself. So I went into one of his training sessions out at Thayer, and boy, was I impressed. Not only can he still do all of these amazing things that I can't even think about at my age, you watch him demonstrate, you watch him explain, outstanding. And then you watch, the participants in his camp do it, and they are picking up skills that are quite honestly pretty impressive.
Gary's unquestionably one of the finest and most knowledgeable teachers of hockey skills in North America. What distinguishes him is the passion and commitment he exhibits every time he steps on the ice. His feet and hands are second to none. His execution is superb, as is his ability to motivate and inspire. His boundless enthusiasm makes learning fun. Fun is still why we play. Never have I seen such a dynamic maestro at work on the ice. He has a gift, says Red Generin, two-time Stanley Cup champion, coach of the New Jersey Devils, two-time NCAA national champion coach for Yale University and University of Maine.
Hockey's not an easy sport to learn. You got to learn how to be a good skater. You got to learn how to be a good puck handler, and it can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And you never really felt that sense of frustration with Garry. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement. And it's to this day, it's something I'm fortunate enough to coach young kids now, high school age kids. And for me, it's always about positive reinforcement and just trying to make the game fun and help them learn at the same time.
I have never witnessed a skating skills instructor of Gary's caliber. I am a big believer of performing the action as a teacher, and at this, Garry dazzles students with flawless skating and unbelievable hands. There is no doubt in my mind that Gary's dynamic coaching style is progressive, impactful, and transformative. In short, a brilliant way to build and create super prepared and confident players for hockey in the new millennium, says Gordy Clark, Director, Amateur Scouting for the New York Rangers.
He could really accelerate. He had great posture. He's got a low base. Gary's built like a Ray Bork style, mini Ray Bork as far as his legs and butt and hips, and he exudes huge power with his skating style. He's in a low crouch. He's very powerful. It's great to see him coaching. I see the kids on the ice. I was here a couple of weeks ago just to say hi. There were a few kids he had from Europe over here, a kid from Norway that was a good player. I can see the admiration, the respect. He gets a lot of respect. Even though they laugh and joke around, they have a lot of fun. They're respectful of all his techniques and teaching, and he gets his point across.
Garry is one of the key people in my life who has helped me and countless other NHL pros, Olympians, and coaches achieve the height of success. He brings incredible world-class talent every time he steps on the ice, and he consistently produces unmatched dramatic results. He is one of the best in the entire world at what he does, and will be sure that your son or daughter really enjoys improving as a hockey player, says Ryan Whitney, U.S. Olympic team silver medalist NHL All-Star.
I was lucky enough to play in an Olympics game, and it was all because of Garry. I look back to when I was younger, probably 9, 10 years old, real slow skater, and learned about Garry Hebert, got the chance to go there, and just my game went to a next level. I started being able to move faster, think quicker, better hands, and it was all because of Garry and his teachings and his ability to kind of get through to kids, whether it was a shy kid or an outgoing kid. He knew that you couldn't coach everyone the same.
Being at Thayer Academy, I started going on, I guess my only college visit was at Boston University, and that was a school that was my favorite. I always wanted to go there when I was older. I played for the Boston Junior Terriers when I was younger. They offered me a full ride, and I was so excited. And I showed up to Garry skate the next day or two, and he was one of the first people I told. And I was so happy to tell Garry I committed to BU because he was such a big part of that. And I owe a lot for him, for what he's done for me. Getting to the college level, getting drafted to the NHL, and still having the career that I have right now and still playing hockey. Garry was a huge part of that, and I really appreciate everything he's done for me over the years.
In all my years involved in hockey, no one has impressed me the way Garry has. His enthusiasm and techniques transcend throughout the entire class. Improvement is almost instant. Garry has the patience and ability to get the most out of every participant. His rapport is refreshing, enlightening, and rewarding to all in attendance. He is a positive difference maker, and his heartfelt influence is legendary, making him the rarest of mentors, says Ken Hodge Sr., NHL All-Star, Stanley Cup champion of the Boston Bruins.
I'm impressed with his style. I'm impressed with the way that he conducts the clinics here on the ice, and I'm very, very impressed with what the method, if you understand a little bit about skating and the dynamics and what he brings to the kids. His enthusiasm really was the first thing that intrigued me, how he gets the young people here on the ice to be as enthused as he is, and he carries that through with his energy and his style, that he wants to bring the kids a little more, and he really very, very truthfully gets to them. And not only does he get to them, he gets to the people who are watching him, the parents.
When you read what some of hockey's foremost authorities and experts have to say about Garry, it becomes obvious that Garry is a standout among standouts. The endorsements Garry has received range from NCAA college national champions to NHL stars, to Olympic coaches, to Stanley Cup champions, to NHL Hall of Famers. These endorsements exemplify Garry's reach, as well as his personhood, his leadership, his extraordinary talent, his character, and the depth of his faith, all of which serve as a colorful commentary on the truly inspirational figure Garry has become.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God, and those transfer. He's a blessing to so many of the young people that he's coaching and teaching and inspiring.
His competitors often express envious green eyes because of the platinum list of clients Garry has acquired over the years. But one thing is for sure, he is universally liked by peers and foes alike. He is an admired and sought-after mentor, coach, and friend, whose impact is unmatched and unmistakable. An abundance of God-given talent sets Garry apart. People are amazed at how much Garry can do and how well he does it all. He just appears to be a natural at whatever he does. Even when he skates, he bears the trademark of greatness, because the great ones make it look easy. He is so smooth, fluid, and graceful, artistically dancing, yet at the same time explosive and agile, as well as exceptionally quick and elusive. This makes Garry a true master of optimal edge control, pure speed, and razor-precise agility like nothing else.
I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Garry Hebert on a fantastic career, both on the ice and off the ice. He's a stalwart in New England, working with kids right on through to NHL players, helping them perfect their hockey skills and skating.
Guys, what's beautiful is you go from point A to point B in a heartbeat. There's no hesitation when you skate. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey Garry, I can always remember leaving that rink knowing
as a player. I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Garry is able to do that.
He can teach you the hockey skills. He can teach you the skills you need to do great in hockey. But he really cares about your story. He wants you to do well in every aspect of your life, not just hockey.
Garry's got great knowledge and great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world at skating instruction, and was a pleasure to work with him.
The answer to the question of what formed Garry Hebert into the phenom he is today lies in his upbringing and background. Garry's life shows a special calling right out of the gate. People say he was born with skates on. This is kind of true. His mom, Marcia, who ended up being a nationally renowned figure skating pro, was pregnant with Garry while she was still performing in ice shows, and in the later trimester was still teaching as a pro on the ice. So Garry had the profound feeling of the finer art and science of skating, as well as all the artistic movements and turns within the skating world from the time he was actually in the womb. He became a part of Marcia's calling, as she was skilled in the fluid rhythm and glide of skating, along with thrust vectors, sway, pivotability, and centrifugal force of movement on the ice before he was even born.
I thank God for you.
I thank God for you, Mom.
Thank God.
This is my mom.
It's my son.
My mom. Her son. Her oldest son.
Yeah.
I love my mom.
Show me. Who are you? Me? My name is Harry.
A look at Garry's mother and father, along with his overall ancestry, reveals an incredible family tree with extraordinary talent. The ability to move audiences with a special charisma runs deep in Garry's background also. His artistry and athleticism were surely inherited from both his mother and father's exceptional gene pool. Garry's mother was a nationally renowned, master-rated figure skating pro who remarkably has 23 gold testers to her credit. She coached numerous champions to the Nationals, and many of her pupils went on to star in solo roles in the Ice Capades, Ice Follies, and Disney on Ice.
And I thought, well, this is interesting. I started to teach power hockey classes. I had 46 guys every Sunday night in Cohasset.
She was the pioneer of applying figure skating principles to the hockey world as a power skating expert way before its time. This is where Garry gets his visionary impulse from. She was a professional water skier, diver, and most notably a headline and featured professional dancer with nationally renowned dancer Sammy Coe in Boston at the famous club known as the Cove, which was frequented by many famous celebrities. She was an artist and a choreographer who led numerous precision teams to championships throughout the country.
I swear music has a lot to do with being good athletes too, because there's a rhythm to no matter what you do, whether you're swinging the golf club or you're doing hockey, anything, you need rhythm. And I know the musicality in the family. You know, I played trumpet, first girl in the high school band in Quincy. Garry even played trumpet for a while, but now he sings spiritual songs mostly, so his faith has done so much for him. I just feel that had more than anything to do with it.
Garry's talented musical roots run deep, as his uncles performed in the lead trumpet roles in the Boston Symphony Orchestra, as well as in the famous John Sousa Band. His aunts were exceptional performers with the oboe, the cello, the harp, and the violin throughout the country as well. His grandmother Bonnie was heralded as a concert pianist and a consummate entertainer.
And my mother was a professional pianist. They all played instruments.
Just like his mother and grandmother before him, Garry lifts audiences, making them happy and inspired. It is in Garry's genes from both a world-class athletic and musical dimension. Everyone raves that Garry's an unbelievable singer. And you should see him dance. He simply electrifies the crowd. Gary's aunt and cousins also reveal talents in a bloodline which have remarkably been traced back to Shakespeare and are extraordinary thespians and artists in their own right.
Maybe I had a little bit of advantage over most people because I went to high school with Gary's parents. And so I knew that when I heard that Gary was running these camps, that he came from good stock.
On his grandmother's side, there's a championship runner and a track and field star, along with 4 Major League Baseball players, including one World Series champion from the St. Louis Cardinals.
One of them got the first home run for the Yankees. Their last name was Ganzel, Ganzel. So John Ganzel, they call him the Big Yawn.
The Ganzel name is truly one of the first baseball dynasties in the history of the sport. Gary's father was an extraordinary athletic talent.
My dad signed with the Red Sox, the Boston Red Sox, out of high school. My father signed with them out of high school. And he won the European batting title in the Army, God bless him.
The center fielder was leaving. He was rotating home. They were trying out for baseball. Once I got them trying out, I went down and tried out, and then I made the team.
He's even had a book written about him entitled The Magic of the Team. Gary's dad, Jim, also went on to become a heralded golfer, with 3 hole-in-ones to his credit. Many have also commented that one possible career for Gary's father could have been as a color commentator during baseball broadcasts due to impressive resonance like that of classic radio voices.
Actually, I'm very grateful for his talents and all his skills. And in addition, he's a pretty good public speaker and singer.
Gary's cousins are beautiful, loyal, gifted, and spiritual family members whose support and love are most noteworthy. Some have become extremely successful business executives.
Gary and I and our family have been together and a central part of our lives for a long time. And Gary has always been a center for our family, of someone who has been positive, open, loving for as long as I can remember.
And one even became a major Broadway and Hollywood star.
And he's also a damn good singer. Can I say damn on this? He's a great singer, and I know from singing. I've done a little of it. And then when he could sing, he was in my territory.
Bright shining as the sun, we boundless days to sing God's praise. Then when we first begun, let's say it for Brian.
Get prepared, folks, because you are about to see one of the most tenacious displays of hockey tenacity in the history of everness. He plays like an animal. In fact, he is an animal. His name is Shorty, and he's a dog. Enjoy this clip.
Wait a minute. Ready? Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Go, Shorty, go! Look at his stride. Look at that power. You have the power. Look at him. Unbelievable.
Gary also has 2 stepfathers and a stepmother because of divorces and remarriages. Peter Breen, B.J. Russos, and Deanna White Hebert. Gary's stepfather managed the famed Cohasset Winter Garden skating rink in Cohasset, Massachusetts. It was in this special arena where so many amazing memories were forged in the lives of young hockey players and figure skaters south of Boston.
Obviously, we saw a lot of hockey. You know what I mean? We came from a hockey family. And my dad, slash his dad, owned the skating rink where our mother taught figure skating too. So we were around, the skating rinks and hockey from an early age.
I had double blades, and so did he. When we were like 2 years old, we grew up on the ice. We were ice rink rats. And Gary's ability was just insane. I thought I was the slowest thing on 2 feet, but turns out he had world-class speed. And turns out I was slightly better than average at defense. Nobody could get around me, except Gary. His stepfather is an extremely well-liked gentleman throughout the Boston area. Gary calls his stepfather a superb businessman and realtor. Gary is so fond of his stepfather, Peter Breen, who bought him his first pair of hockey skates. Gary loves the fact that Peter got him into golf at an early age when he graciously bought him his first set of golf clubs.
Go! Go!
That's a carry of 330.
Woohoo! 330 carry. It's got a good roll. That's 355, 360 maybe with the roll.
Gary is forever grateful to his stepdad Peter's sense of humor and selfless love on his behalf.
Tell me how many fingers I have up.
Gary's other stepfather, B.J. Russo's, is described by Gary as one of the most well-rounded, mature, and special men he has ever known. He says that he simply runs out of superlatives when describing B.J.'s impeccable character. B.J. owns the renowned B.J.'s Auto in Norwell, Massachusetts, and lays claim to innumerable Boston awards for Auto Repair Business of the Year.
And when I first met Gary, over 40 years ago, I was so impressed with his upbeat attitude. His personality was just unlike any I've seen. And he definitely was an uplifting person. And we just had lots of fun and hit it off really well together.
Gary says that his stepfather BJ's care for his mom is beyond commendable and so admired. Gary's stepmother, Deanna White Hebert, is described by Gary as a truly remarkable woman whose class and grace are nothing short of magnificent. Her marriage to Gary's dad, Jim, of over 50 years, is a model of two souls who know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that they are eternally wed to the love of their life. Gary is the eldest of 3 boys. His brother Christopher is considered brilliant, as revealed by numerous IQ tests. He was an extremely talented championship swimmer in his youth, setting local and regional records routinely.
He was the big brother, so I was always chasing him. I wanted to hang out with him and his friends all the time. I busted my butt trying to finally get out on that street hockey place next to the house, and when they let me stop playing, I had to stop playing goalie first, because that was the only thing I could do. So I just stopped pucks with my head, on my feet, on my arms, or whatever I could get in the front of a puck. Of course, I saved most people's shots, but not most of Gary's shots.
His brother Pete is extremely bright, and his reputation as a tough guy ranks him as one of the best pound-for-pound street fighters to ever come out of Boston. And that's saying something.
Played street hockey too outside or whatever, or I would go jogging, running, and go to the beach a lot. And we did a lot of moving around. Rock Park Quarries, we weren't the type that would be sitting down for very long. We were always we weren't the relaxing type, you know what I mean?
Gary and his 2 younger brothers, Chris and Peter, enjoy an indestructible bond. They have been through a lot together and have come out the other end as true survivors who have each other's back. It is obvious to all that the deep brotherly love they have for each other is palpable, unrivaled, and irreplaceable. This unique blend of his family roots differentiates Gary and molded him into who he is, especially on the athletic side. This expose of Gary's ancestral roots clearly reveals the underpinnings as to why Gary became a world-class talent athletically, musically, and as a coach. As a top-flight competitive player and championship coach, his integrated knowledge of the finer points of the art and science of skating principles from both unique power skating worlds as well as the unique hand-eye coordination from his family tree, Garry would have all the makings of a 5-star athlete, author, and artist. One last huge piece of Garry's talented DNA is the pride from his ancestors from Finland. His Finnish heritage holds one theme as a virtuous quality high above all else. It is a Finnish word called sisu. This word, translated, means unyielding courage, or fortitude and otherworldly strength to overcome. This word can often be seen on the jerseys of Finland's proud medal-winning athletes and hockey teams. On top of this interesting ancestral note is the fact that the name Garry, when translated, means brave warrior. The last name Hebert, or pronounced Hebert in French Canadian, means bright army. So altogether, Garry Hebert's name means he is a warrior of a bright army that possesses unyielding courage.
I knew his balance was there and his speed. I thought back to all the relatives and what they had done with their lives, and there were so many athletes involved that I figured that had something to do with it, a lot to do with it.
As Garry grew up, it was clear that he was gifted from birth. He was studied by experts in a program for gifted children in Boston.
Way back when, I knew there was something crazy going on, special, because when he was 7.5 months old, he was walking. 8 months he was really walking. 9 months he was running like crazy. I thought, boy, this is incredible.
Throughout his childhood, people were touched by his contagious, happy countenance and his ability to make people laugh. His relatives, including his mother, father, aunts, and uncles, all thought that he would one day become a priest because of his unusual ability to perceive needs and help people with unusual God-given insights and wisdom, often leading people to find healing through faith-based revelations about God.
If you lead someone to God, or even if they're not in the God thing, if you set an example, they can see by other leaderships too that, what he teaches you sticks with you. You can better yourself, when he's got God behind him. And he sets a good example and he teaches them the fundamentals of hockey.
Interestingly, this ability to read and help fix a soul's problems is a rare gift which Garry continues to employ throughout his coaching profession to this very day.
Garry is a man responsible for inspiring so many young athletes to chase their dreams and to reach their dreams. I'll never forget the first time that I skated with Garry. He had us take a knee to pray, to give thanks for our athletic ability, our health, for the air that we breathe, and for the ice that we were about to skate on. I was a little young and didn't really understand the importance of that prayer. I've never seen anything like it. It wasn't long after that I realized how grateful I was for those things, and how grateful I was to be learning from such a passionate, enthusiastic, and faith-filled coach.
When you're filled with enthusiasm, the word enthusiasm means God within. We are so blessed. We take a knee before and after practices and games. What do we say? We ask the good Lord above. We say, Lord, thank you that you are our Heavenly Father, that you care for us, you love us. Please, we lift our voices heavenward on behalf of people far less fortunate than ourselves. People who are sick or infirmed or hospitalized, people who have cancer, people who are paralyzed in the neck down. We pray for Travis Roy, the repose of his soul, his beautiful family. We pray for Dana Lang, for Matthew Brown, for people who are unbelievable examples to us, paralyzed in the neck down. Yet they take what they have left from the neck up, and they teach us all what matters most. They wrap their arms around the essentials of life, family, friends, and faith. And here we are with healthy bodies. Should we or should we not count our blessings? Yeah! Are we or are we not blessed by the good Lord above? Yeah! Oh! Do I or do I not love being a coach who has my guys chanting yeah on cue? Yeah! Yes!
The lessons I learned from Garry not only propelled me to become a Division I national championship hockey player at Boston College, but those lessons still resonate with me today away from hockey. Garry taught me to never take anything for granted, to use every moment to make yourself better, to always have fun, and most importantly, the power of prayer.
Garry Hebert probably doesn't consider himself an outgoing guy at all. He I think, would more consider himself an introvert. And, but yet he finds it in him to be that guy who goes into a room and tries to brighten that room. Maybe tries to lighten someone's load or give them encouragement and enthusiasm when they really need it most. And I think that's really a trait that is admirable. When someone doesn't want to do something really, they'd rather chill and relax and go about their day. But yet they find themselves to be that light in that room, be the bright spot in someone's day or week, give them the encouragement they need.
Despite Garry's unwavering positive attitude, not everything in his childhood was full of sunshine and roses. Believe it or not, Garry had 3 near-death experiences from serious accidents in that time, 2 of which involved him falling from a great height. One was from a tree where he was nearly paralyzed after a 15 to 20 foot head-first fall. On another occasion, Garry was launched out of a swing set where his head was split open badly, experiencing critical blood loss. Both accidents involved serious life-threatening head trauma. However, he had angels on his shoulders even then. Garry miraculously recovered each time, and he would function as if nothing ever happened. His mother was shocked, and she knew divine intervention had occurred. On another occasion, his arm went through a storm glass window, creating 2 deep gashes, which were both within a millimeter of severing the main arteries in his arms, especially on the right wrist. These ominous scars are still visible to this day and stand as a reminder to just how close Garry came to dying. Because of the dangerous amount of blood loss, this should have led to certain death, according to the doctor, who labeled this incident nothing short of a miracle. But once again, angels on his shoulders spared his life for a purpose which would later be recognized.
In the Catholic way of seeing it, it would be the gift of fortitude. That's a gift of the Holy Spirit, that he's very fortitudinal because he's had many obstacles that people would have given up. He's had many injuries, he's had many surgeries, he's had things not go the way that he wanted them to go, as life is for everybody, and he has always persevered through it all. And he's kept God as best as he can, number one in his life, and he's relied on God through it all.
This invisible shield would continue throughout his life into adulthood. He also had a near-death experience during his college playing career and another as a coach. In addition to all the other traumatic injuries, which there seemed to be no plausible explanation as to why he didn't die or experience debilitating effects, other than God was keeping him alive for a special purpose later in life.
And the best stuff is when he stops the practice on the spot, huddles everybody up, and we give an inspirational speech like no one I've seen done before. My kids have 11 years in youth hockey now. I played youth hockey 105 years ago, back in the 70s. There wasn't anyone like Garry Hebert around then, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no one like Garry right now. He's one of a kind, he's one in a million.
And my maxim, my mission that the Lord has given me, Jim, is I've been blessed by God to be a blessing to others. BTB, you're blessed to bless. He's saved us. He's helped us in hard times, even when we feel all alone. You're never alone.
A lot can be said about Garry Hebert, my dad. He's an amazing coach, a loving father, a steadfast husband, and a loyal friend. If you've ever seen my dad skate, you've witnessed a bit of magic. If you've ever seen him stick handle, you've probably gotten dizzy from the blur and from the sheer speed. But I think the thing that stands out the most about my dad is his ability to communicate, to shape behavior, and to get his students of all levels to believe in themselves and to fortify mental toughness. Although my brother and I didn't play hockey growing up, my dad did coach some of our basketball and soccer teams. I'll never forget one game he was coaching in soccer. We were down big at halftime. I don't remember all the words he said, but I remember the passion communicated and exhibited. I remember the feeling we all had witnessing it, the sincere belief that he had in us.
Fast and Furious what? Quick counter transition game. Guys, listen to me. It's what you live for. It's what has impressed so many other coaches, other teams. The word is out. We're for real. You belong. Do you believe that? Yeah, we're young. But does that matter? Fellas, we've got unbelievable leadership, unbelievable seniors. You're 500 after 5 games against some unbelievable teams. This is a team you need to beat.
Each player came out in the second half ready to run through a brick wall. Sure enough, the goals started rolling in and the spirits lifted. We built momentum and ended up winning that game by at least a couple goals. My dad establishes long-term mentor-mentee relationships with his players, helping them navigate through issues on and off the ice. I think that sets him apart as a coach and as a role model. To this day, my dad is only a call away and is always ready to help with any issue or just lend a listening ear. In fact, he's usually the one proactively checking in with me. I love you, Dad. You the man.
Hi, I'm the associate head producer of the Garry Hebert docuseries James Hebert. I also have full-blown autism, have a bachelor's degree in communications, and I am the beloved nephew of my uncle Garry Hebert. When I first took this project on, I really didn't know what I was walking into. I just knew I was going to do a documentary for my uncle that I thought was awesome. Little did I know how much adversity this man has overcome. Little did I know the accomplishments he has made throughout the hockey world, both on the ice and off it. You get to see that be told here, and I am honored to bring that to you as this docuseries progresses. Thank you all so very much for watching, and God bless you.
Coming up next.
Whether he's jumping over nets or spinoramas or just any kind of execution. I mean, it is just absolutely lights out.
He was like growing up with Wayne Gretzky as your brother.
I was on the ice at a young age with Garry Hebert, and he gained some steam and jumped over the net, and I mean, my mind was blown.
And I went to University of New Hampshire, and he was at University of Vermont, and they had some really good players, and Garry had a real good career at UVM with the Catamounts.
And then I had a number of injuries. I have 2 screws in each knee. I have 2 pins in each shoulder. I have open heart surgery. I was on the table for 13 hours. I've had a number of head injuries, very severe. One knocked me into a coma, multiple fractures of the cheekbone. It was an off-ice injury. Should have died.
2 doctors told me I can't play anymore. I found a 3rd doctor that did approve me to play, but it was with the understanding that if I had one more shot to the head, one more traumatic head injury, one more major concussion, that would be it.
This accident was the end of the career.
So sure enough, one weekend during my senior year, during the Harvard-Brown doubleheader, I received a cheap shot, dirty blow to the head, and that would be the end.
But was it the end? Was it really the end?
And then, remarkably, on that sad day that I went to turn in my equipment, lo and behold, my new skates came in. And I thought at first, boy, Lord, you have quite a sense of humor.
And then what simply blows my mind and gives me such a deep down sense of gratefulness, an attitude of gratitude.
The day I received those new skates, on seemingly what was my last day of my hockey career, little did I know that years later I would be wearing those new skates, just a few years later, while being the Boston Bruins power skating coach on the ice with the Boston Bruins.
Mike O'Connell was a friend of mine, and Mike O'Connell worked for the Bruins and called me and said that Garry Hebert was one of the guys he was getting to come help with the Bruins with skating.
A lot of thanks to Garry, what he's meant for me in my career, starting when I was probably 4 years old. Not just an important part of my career, and for not just me, but for all the athletes.
I've worked with a lot of great people all over the place, all over the world, experts in the field of medicine, technology, cities, the future of the world. My encounter with Garry as a coach, as a mentor, as an advisor, is brilliant across the board. You see it in all fields. He's done it in the field of hockey. And that's not just, to me, not just 1 in a million, it's probably 1 in a billion, whatever the number is.
People tell me, Garry, you are a walking miracle 10 times over. And it reminds me of a Christian song title called Get on Your Knees and Fight Like a Man. It's still the most powerful thing we can do is pray. From that perspective, the meaning of the old quote rings true. The quote that says, sometimes when God closes the door, he opens a window. No doubt about it, God is still a God of miracles. Against all odds, Talk about the power of prayer.
Don't believe you get watch. Don't believe you get watch. Bring it in. And then Iron Horse on 3. 1, 2, 3. Iron Horse. Bring it in. Iron Horse to count 3. Continuously. 1, 2, 3. Iron Horse. Iron Horse. Iron Horse. Iron Horse. Iron Horse. Iron Horse. Iron Horse.
Prayer still moves mountains and often defies all expectations. Amen.